Hello ladies, welcome back for another video. If you're new here, my name is Marcella Christina, and on this channel, I teach women how to become their highest selves. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe. Okay ladies, we have officially made it to the end of 2024. My mind is actually blown, like I cannot believe time has flown that fast. While there may only be a few days left in the year, there's still plenty of time to become your highest self before 2025. Whether or not you achieved your 2024 goals, today's video will ensure that 2025 is your best year yet. So the first thing we're going to need to do to become our highest selves before 2025 is we're going to have to let go. And when I say let go, I mean getting rid of anything and everything that is no longer serving us. That looks like friends, clothes, grudges, all of it. One thing that I learned this year is that holding on to things that no longer serves me actually causes me a lot of pain. When we hold on to things that don't serve us, it's actually out of fear. A lot of the times that fear is that we won't be able to find better. But the reality is, if you don't let go, you won't be able to find better. You have to give yourself the room in order for better things to come into your life. So if you have clothing that doesn't make you feel beautiful or empowered, get rid of it. If you have friends or are part of a friend group that doesn't bring out the best in you, it's time to let go. And especially if you're holding on to a grudge. This is super important. We don't need any grudges in 2025. Whatever it is, take the time before the ball drops to really find peace, forgiveness, and truly let go of any grudges that you may be holding on to. And letting go doesn't only apply to physical things. It also applies to our social media feed. I actually clear out my social media feed quite often. I do it every quarter, but at the bare minimum, you should be clearing out your social media feed at least once a year. Check in on who you're following and determine whether or not you still align with their content. Notice I said their content and not the actual person. For years, I'd followed friends, especially childhood friends, and I basically followed them because I felt like I had to. We had history, we knew each other, we grew up, but the truth was the content that they posted really just did not resonate with me. And what was even more interesting is that a lot of the times in person, we'd be able to strike up a conversation and find common ground, but the content that they posted was just not something that I was really interested in. It's okay to admit that to yourself. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It doesn't mean that you guys have to stop being friends, but you do have to make a change as far as the content that you're consuming. Whether that means muting their posts or unfollowing them, do what's best for you so that you are in complete control of the content that you're consuming. You'd be surprised how much you grow and how much your interests change within a year. I have creators that I was interested in following at the beginning of 2024 that now I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to end up unfollowing because we no longer are in alignment. That's the process of growth. So while I'm grateful that I had the opportunity at that time to follow them, it's now time for me to rethink and realign myself. A big part of letting go is making peace. So we have to make sure that we're making peace with 2024. Whether it was a great year for you, whether it was a not so great year for you, it's super important for you to really take the time to reflect on what this year has been for you. What were your wins? What were your losses? What were some great things that you learned that you can actually take into 2025? Really take the time to consider these things because you'd be surprised what you'll find. You'd be surprised what you can internalize from what your experiences have been. The benefit of a new year is that we all get a new slate, so really take advantage of this time. The next thing you need to do so that you can become your highest self before 2025 is you need to set your intention. You need to decide exactly what 2025 is going to be for you. Keyword, decide. 2025 will not be a year of hoping and wishing. It's time for you to stand in your power and own that you have complete control over your life. The truth of the matter is, while there are things that are beyond our control, we have a lot of things that are within our control. It just takes us having enough courage to actually act on it. So decide what your life is going to be in 2025 and stand on it. I want you to say what your year is going to be out loud to yourself. There's so much power in sound. There's so much power in your own voice. And when you say exactly what it is that you are going to experience in 2025, then that's exactly what's going to take place. If you need help getting clear on exactly what it is you want your year to look like, feel free to use a vision board or scripting. I think these two tools are very powerful when it comes to deciding how you want your year to look. But I will say this, intention is everything. So if you are going to make a vision board, be intentional about it. We are not making half-hearted, lazy vision boards. We are not being lazy with our scripting. We are being intentional and we are being clear. So to help you streamline your process and your thinking, I want you to use a maximum of 10 images for your vision board. Using only 10 images for an entire year forces you to really think about what photos you want and what each photo represents. This helps with your clarity and prevents you from just collecting a bunch of images that you may like, but really doesn't have a significant meaning to you. With your script, I want you to be super concise and I want it to be no longer than a paragraph. Again, we really need to focus and hone in on what it is the messaging needs to be. The clearer your vision is to you, the easier it is for you to take action. This is not the time for fluff. When it comes to creating a vision board and scripting, we need to be as clear as possible. And if vision boards are a thing that you tried in the past but you've given up on, I understand a part of why vision boards end up not being successful is because the intention goes missing. So we start off with an intention and then we get taken away by all of the beautiful images that no longer have meaning to us. So I encourage you to try creating a vision board again with these tips. The power of visualization cannot be overstated. If you want your life to look a certain way, start seeing that in your own mind. Start walking it out. If your higher self has a certain gym membership or goes to a certain coffee shop, start actually doing those things. You have to put these things in motion so that it becomes your new normal. The more you visualize your higher self, the easier it becomes for you to visualize your higher self. Practice again and again until you're able to produce these images in your own mind with relative ease. Always be grateful. When you're grateful, you intensify the visualizations and you make it that much more powerful. And don't get caught in the trap of thinking of how these things are going to happen. It really doesn't matter how it's going to happen. I think we could both agree we just want to make sure that it does happen. When you think of the how, it creates doubt, which is a draining energy. Remember, we're deciding what 2025 is going to be. So once we decide, it's final. You're going to want to plan ahead. It can be great to have the right idea and even have a clear picture of what it is we're going to do in our 2025. But if we don't have the actionable steps in order to get from where we are to where we want to be, then getting to our destination is going to be that much harder. So to make our journey as smooth as possible, think through the steps that you will need to take. What needs to happen? What do you need to do first? For example, if in your mind you're a successful business owner, then a step that you would need to take in your present moment may be deciding what business you're going to start. Or if you've done that, maybe it's creating the name of the business or getting the LLC for it. Or maybe you're even further along than that and now you're looking for customers or collaborating with influencers. Determine where you are now and then clearly define the steps that are needed to take you to the next level. Having clarity is so important because it helps you stay disciplined, it helps you stay consistent. A lot of the times people do not get started because they do not know exactly what it is they need to do. When you have clarity and you break down your goals into small actionable steps, it's a lot easier to execute. Create a schedule for yourself. Now that you know what steps to take, you now can take action. So embed these tasks within your day. It's daunting to take on a big goal in one day. So break it up little by little over the course of days. When you have a schedule, it's easy to stay consistent because you're working on your goals daily. You can take care of all the obligations that you may have in a day while also working on your dream life. And it also forces you to execute. Showing up is a big part of becoming your higher self. You will actually need to put the work in. And with the schedule, your actions are clearly defined, which means you're able to show up and execute at a high level. Setting deadlines can be very helpful to keep you on track and holds you accountable. I think deadlines kind of have a bad rap because we've all had experiences with looming deadlines or a deadline quickly approaching. But if we handle deadlines responsibly, they can be quite helpful. Experiment with daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly deadlines. This is going to ensure that you have a micro and macro view of your progress. And it really keeps the goal of your 2025 in perspective. So now that we've let go of the things that no longer serve us, set our intention for 2025, and planned ahead, it's time for us to align ourselves. Seek out people, places, and things that align with your higher self. It's a new year, so that means that it's time for new inspiration. Find someone you're inspired by, whether in person or social media, and interact with them. Go to a museum, take dance lessons, take a cooking class. Find something positive to do that resonates with you. So this doesn't have to relate to any business or personal goal that you may have for 2025. The sole purpose of this is just to make you feel good. It needs to resonate with you authentically and make you feel good. That's it. When you're feeling good, it's easier to stay optimistic and overcome any challenges that may appear. A big part of alignment is getting our bodies right. So I couldn't make a Become Your Highest Self video without mentioning detoxing. The end of the year is a great time to detox our bodies. I know it can be a tough time to do it because we have all of these holiday festivities to attend and all of these elaborate feasts to partake of. But think about it. Detoxing your body, getting rid of all waste and toxins before a new year is very much in alignment. When we detox our bodies, we become lighter. We become more energized. We feel happier. Even our thinking clears up. And those are all the things we want to feel when we're entering a new year. And finally, to become your highest self in 2025, there's one more thing that you have to do to make it official. You have to believe in yourself. Believing sets everything in motion. Be convinced that 2025 is going to be the best year of your life. It's time for you to stand in your power. Know that you can have whatever you set your mind to. Think of it like a movie. When we did our scripting and visualization exercises, we were creating the images of what we want our year to look like. So we already know how the movie is going to play out. Believing is like pressing play. Truthfully, it does not matter what happened this year. It doesn't matter what happened last year or any of the years before that. The only thing that matters is right now and what you're deciding 2025 is going to be for you. On New Year's Day, we all get a fresh start, but it's up to us to take it. Some people won't take it, but that has nothing to do with you. You, my dear, are entering not only a new year, you're entering a new era, one where you get to show up and thrive as your highest self. So I need you to do just that. I need you to show up. I need you to be thankful. I need you to be excited. I need you to be grateful for all of the wonderful things that are about to unfold for you. So as the ball drops and we all count down, visualize the successful year that lies ahead of you. So I thank you, my loves, for joining me in today's video. I'm so excited for the new year and I have so much in store for this channel. I can't wait to show you guys. And girl, I am excited for you. I know you are going to crush it this year. So in the spirit of defining our 2025, drop a comment below and let me know what you have in store for the year. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you and be sure to subscribe. We'd love to have you become a part of the family. Okay, my loves, I wish you all the joy in the world this holiday season. Happy New Year!